Thank you very much, Chris, for that. I'm really excited that I get to work with you. It's usually only on the weekends when I get to see you. So thanks for the science behind pollen. Let's take a look at the different weather systems affecting Canadians right now. This low pressure system will be the big one affecting us here in southern Ontario, and more so the warm front as we head through the next several days. One low pressure system is leaving Newfoundland, where it brought snow, more than 20 centimeters in Gander, and that low pressure system over Alberta also brought snow. So I think, yeah, we're below seasonal. We've been cool, but it's better than dealing with 20 centimeters of snow in the month of May. And this is interesting as well. Parts of British Columbia and northern Canada and the Yukon have seen some of the warmest temperatures across the entire country. Yesterday, Carmacks, Yukon, hit just over 21 degrees, warmest spot in all of Canada. Today, I'm thinking somewhere in the BC interior will be the warmest spot. It's certainly not here, but by Friday, it may be somewhere in southern Ontario. And I find this really interesting. On Thursday in Toronto, we will hit about 13 degrees, but Windsor will be closer to 25 degrees. And that's that warm front. It will take an extra day to reach the GTA, but by Friday, 19 in Toronto will feel closer to the mid-20s when you factor the humidity in. And I know we're saying there's a chance for showers tomorrow in Toronto. There's a slight risk, but I think for Wednesday we'll be okay. It's Thursday and more so Friday when we have the risk for showers and thunderstorms. But for people joining us in around KW, Cambridge, maybe Guelph, there's a slight risk for a shower or thunder shower tomorrow, but again, across the board, Friday is going to be the messier day. Don't go anywhere. Emergency Preparedness Week will continue next. People cleaning up and getting ready for the rest of the week. You know, flowers are starting to bloom. If you looked outside today, you saw sunshine. It wasn't necessarily hot. We were still a couple of degrees below seasonal, but we are warming by the end of the week. This evening in Toronto and Hamilton and Oshawa, we'll be sitting around 12 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover, but dry conditions for the most part. And then things start to change as the warm front pushes through. It'll mostly be rain for southwestern Ontario, Windsor toward London, maybe a shower later tomorrow and around Hamilton and Kitchener-Waterloo. In Toronto, I really do think you're okay until about Friday. Then we have the risk for thunderstorms because of that warm front. It gets hot, it gets humid, and then the cold front slices through, and that's, again, the risk for thunderstorms for Friday. So a little bit cooler the next couple of days. Friday we get warm, feeling like the mid-20s when you factor in the humidity, and we'll talk more about the risk for thunderstorms coming up. But first, Mike Arsenault takes a look at flooding in southern Ontario in this report. Thanks, as always, to Kim for that. Right now, we have to focus on the big weather story, though, here in southern Ontario specifically, because we have a lot to talk about. We'll begin with this evening, and then we'll work our way through the long range. So we do have high pressure in place for the most part, maybe a bit of cloud cover here or there, but clear skies, and ultimately most of us will be around 10 or 11 degrees through this evening. Now, when you take a look at your local forecast today, tonight, tomorrow, you'll notice that we do have rain, that little rain picture in your forecast. We're talking about a 30 to 40% chance, and I'm not convinced that anyone in the GTA tomorrow will actually see rain. It's all about the warm front, and it's moving fairly slowly. It will bring rain showers in around Kitchener-Waterloo, maybe Guelph, and then through the southwest, and we're talking about 5 millimeters. So this is not a big rain event. If you have any golf plans tomorrow, I know my dad said he was golfing tomorrow, don't cancel anything. I think it's going to be an okay day. It becomes a temperature story with that warm front, as I was mentioning. So notice for Thursday, easterly winds off the lake. Toronto sitting at 13 degrees. I'm going to get out of the way so you can see Windsor for a moment. That's 25 degrees, feeling closer to 30. Then the warm front pushes through the GTA, and even Toronto and Hamilton will be feeling like the mid-20s as well. Friday's the big day for heat and humidity. We will have more details about thunderstorms coming up next.
Right.
Thank you, Chris's. I'm still kind of feeling it all over my body. Watching that man drop, or I guess jump onto the frozen water, that looked painful. And then we show you these serene scenes from Edward Gardens here in the city of Toronto. It was lovely. Look at how beautiful that flower looks. It's almost, I want to say tricky or misleading because it has not been that warm. But when you look at flowers like that and the beautiful sunshine we had today, you'd think that it was nearly 20 degrees. We should be hitting 16 or 17 degrees at this time of year, but we're still a few degrees below seasonal. That will be changing, though, in the long-range forecast, at least for a little bit of time. The big weather maker for us, though, in southern Ontario will be this warm front. And I know you're going to look at your local forecast for Wednesday, and it's going to say rain. And I'm not really convinced that in the GTA we're actually going to see any rain. It's going to stay to our south and west. So Windsor, London, maybe Kitchener-Waterloo and Guelph by late day Wednesday, a few spotty showers. But there's also the risk for thunder showers. We've extended the risk Wednesday night into Thursday morning to Hamilton. We've left the GTA out of it. The better chance for thunderstorms for the GTA will come Friday because it's going to be so warm. And again, it's all about the warm front. It's slowly making its way across southern Ontario. Windsor, I mean, this tells the story right here. Toronto will be at 13 degrees for Thursday. Windsor will already be in the warm sector at 25 degrees, feeling closer to 30 with the humidity. So two completely different weather stories. And then the warm front continues and continues. By Friday, we jump up to about 19 degrees in Toronto, 21 in Hamilton. Factor in the humidity and we'll be feeling closer to the mid-20s. If you don't like heat and humidity, you won't like Friday. But if you're like me and you've been missing it, you're going to love this long-range forecast. Unfortunately, it doesn't last for very long, and with the heat and humidity comes the risk for thunderstorms and potentially severe as well. Large hail, damaging winds. As you can see, though, then the temperatures do drop. Mother's Day looking sunny right now, but a little bit on the cooler side, unfortunately. We'll have more details on our temperatures coming up, but by the water. Hamilton got up to 15 degrees today. Toronto at Pearson Airport got up to about 15 degrees. We should be close to 17 degrees at this time of year, so we may still be on the cooler side. But we'll take the sunshine, won't we? And we'll still see this over the next couple of days, sunshine here and there, but things get warmer, so it gets a little bit dicey in terms of active weather. This evening in Toronto, we will be just like Hamilton, sitting at about 12 degrees and a little bit of cloud cover. Overnight, we're going to get quite cool because of high pressure, about 4 or 5 degrees across the board to our east. Frost warnings in around Ottawa and Brockville, so there is a lot of cool air overnight tonight. And then there's that warm front. Okay, so listen to how the warm front plays out. It will bring some rain showers beginning tomorrow in the southwest, more so Windsor to London, maybe Kitchener, Waterloo, and Guelph, but the better chance will be Thursday, even better of a chance on Friday. Now, take a look at temperatures. Thursday, we'll get up to 25 degrees in Windsor. We'll stay cool in Toronto at 13 degrees with an east wind off the lake. And then that warm front finally makes it to the GTA. Toronto and Hamilton, we bump up to about 20 degrees and feel like the mid-20s when you factor in the humidity. Because it will be hot and humid, we do have the risk for thunderstorms. Best chance will be Friday. We'll have more details, but first, Emergency Preparedness Week continues. Thank you very much, Chris, for that. I'm really excited that I get to work with you. It's usually only on the weekends when I get to see you. So thanks for the science behind pollen. Let's see.
My favorite.
Thank you, Chris's. I'm still kind of feeling it all over my body.